Hey everyone, I just have a review for you of the ESV Journaling Bibles. I get a lot of questions about this particular Bible, and there is a number of different options with this one Bible. So I want to show you, because I currently have in my studio a few different types of them. So it will give you an idea of the different options that you have, and so I want to film those while I've got them available to me to show you. So this is the same Bible as this one, and this is just the very cheapest and most cost-effective but good quality Bible that you can get. It's definitely, by far, regardless of what's going on, it seems to always be the best price of any of the other Bibles. And what it has inside is double column. The single column one is actually a little bit more pricey than the double column, and I think it's because it's a little bit taller. Here's an example here, and you can see that although it's the same width, it's a little bit taller. And inside this one, you can see that it is single column as opposed to double column. So that's the difference in single versus double column, and both of them are just 6 inches wide. As you can see here, that's 6 inches wide, and the single column one is 8 inches tall, while this is just 7¼ This double column is 7¼ inches tall, and the margin is exactly the same on these. It actually equals 2 inches wide, and that's a pretty decent margin. It has a really faint dotted line area, and that kind of melts away when you do creative things on it, but it's really helpful when you're trying to line things up. So I think it's fantastic. So this is the single column, and this is one that I use, and I'll show you that in a moment. This right here is the very basic one, like I showed you, and they're all like that. In the front here, just has plain, this belongs to, and then you can see some information, the basic contents of the Old and New Testament, and why to read, what the Bible says about various main topics throughout the Bible, which is really handy. And then that's actually something I did, that little scribble there, so don't mistake it as part of this. Then some information here, just some basic information, and then it starts in. When you get to the back of the Bible, there is some helpful little things as well. God's plan to save you, introductions to the books of the Old Testament. So it just kind of gives you an overview of each book of the Bible. So if you're unfamiliar with what a book is about, this is a great place to look, and it will really help you to understand just a quick overview. This is great if you don't have a handbook to the Bible, like I've shown you on my channel, and you can go and check out various videos of mine if you want to see some of the ways that I study the Bible, and on my blog there's plenty of stuff like that too, but this is actually just a really great way that they've included here to help you through. And then there's a 1-year Bible reading plan in case you actually want to follow something like that, which is really helpful. And I think that's basically it. So this is this Bible, and this is basically the ESV Journaling Bible. This is the double column, and then there's the single column that is this black hardback, identical to it, but of course just 3/4 inch taller than this one. So this is the same as this one, as I said, and what I've done is I've done my edges, and you can look on my blog for On the Edge, and you will see my tutorial for doing that. And then I redid the cover of my Bible with this, and this is also a tutorial on my blog called Altered Book Cover, and then you can see that. So as you can tell, it's same Bible, it's the exact same one, but it just happens to be very personalized to me. And then of course I have done creative things throughout this to make it my own and really, spend time in the Word. And so that is really fantastic that you can take this and really start to personalize it and make it your own. But what if you don't want a hardback and you want another option? There are a few different options, and so I'm going to show you what those are. So that is the ESV double column, and there are a few different covers. So let's look at the covers first. Now that you understand how that works, I will show you the other couple of options that they have. This is the black hardcover, and now this particular one's called Timeless. And if you go over to my blog, I'll link it below the video in the description box if you're on YouTube, and there is the complete guide to choosing a journaling Bible, and all of this can be found over there. So you can find a checklist and everything to help you find a Bible that's suitable for you and has the right translation and all that. But I just want to do a comparison of these, kind of a review for you. So this is soft cloth, and it is hardback, and it is hardback like this, but it happens to have a nice little cloth cover over the top of it, and of course is identical to the inside of this one. So the only difference is that this happens to be a cloth cover, and there are some cloth cover options that come in both single and double column, but this is the double column Timeless one. And then there is another type that they do. This is Crossway who do these, and this is really beautiful as well. And this is just a little bit more sturdy type of fabric. This is called the antique linen, I think it's called. I can't remember. It's antique something. This is actually this is fabric as well, but it seems a little bit more hard wearing than the other types of fabric. And this is actually, it feels like leather. I think it's fake leather, but it might be leather-like, I'm not sure. But it definitely feels like leather to me, and it is good quality. And it's got some nice stitching everywhere. And this comes in the single and the double column as well. And I believe it might come in the interleaved, which I'll show you in a moment, but I could be wrong about that. But basically this style, where there's kind of some leather on the corners and then some fabric, comes in different styles. And this cloth one comes in different styles. So you can get a hardback in black, or you can get a cloth one, or you can get this type where there's the leather and the fabric in the middle. So those are the options that you have if you want a single or a double column, and you can pick a type of cover in those three sort of types in the single or double. And then there is another one, which you saw me using, which is this. And this is imitation leather. I mean, that's probably what this is imitation leather, but it certainly feels different. It's very soft, and I think it's a really beautiful type of leather, imitation leather. And this is the one that I use regularly in filming. I use other Bibles too, but this is the single column ESV Journaling Bible that I use. And as you can see, this is one in my new class. This is one in my recent class, which you can have a look at. And I really love this. So there's some really interesting things that you can do in this, and I think one of the things I love about this single column is that it's just a little bit taller. So actually, in terms of measurements, the ESV Journaling Bible in a single column like this is actually the one with the most margin space out of any of the Bibles on the market that are widely available. So I would recommend a single column if you can afford it and want the extra space. But there is something really nice about these double column ones being in a really small amount of space. It just is perfect for taking with you and that sort of thing. So you can see the imprints of leaves on here. It's just really beautiful, and I can definitely recommend that. And it comes all packaged up like this, and is all nice and wrapped up so that it's safe when it arrives. So I just want to set aside the other Bibles and just show you a couple of them here. There's no particular reason why I'm showing these two separately, but I've got them off camera and then want to show you these, and I'm just kind of compiling this video of all of the Bibles that I've had a chance to hold on to so that you can have a look at. And so here's another one from Crossway that is a double column ESV Journaling Bible, and all of them come in this really beautiful little cover that has a indication of what's in the inside, so you can see that it matches here. And I think this is really beautiful. This is a cloth cover, and like all cloth covers, I imagine that it might get dirty a little bit easier than other things, but it is really stunning, and it's not going to be the end of the world because it's just going to show that you use it and love it. So that is quite fun. And as usual, these have the cream paper and the double column one. So this is just really beautiful. There's a few different designs like this with their cloth covers, but I thought this was really pretty and wanted to show you that one. And then one that is so stunning, which I wanted you to see, is this really beautiful quality one. This is the natural leather one, and it's a bit of a more pricey one. If you want one that is a real keepsake for passing down, in a sense, an heirloom Bible, then this would be what I would recommend. And this is exactly how it comes. It's right in this box, and it tells you a bit about it in the box. And then when you open it, it actually comes with these two pieces. So I'm going to just do this right here for you so you can see it yourself. So it comes with little instructions on how to attach the strap to your journaling Bible. So out comes all of this strap and this. I will just set that aside and pop this open. And what it does is it gives you little instructions for exactly how to do this. And it is just really, really stunning here. So it's, you know, got an imprint here of what the Bible is here, and it's really beautiful. This comes in the single and the double column, as well as the interleaved, and I think soon the large print as well. So there's a few different ones. But this is just really soft leather. It's really beautiful. So it flaps over, and then it has a little loop here for you to put your pen or writing utensil, something like that. So this was the double column one, which I think is the most cost effective of these, but I just like the size of it. I think it's really nice, and especially as it's leather, thought it would be a bit heavier, so this was my favorite one. And I'm actually going to keep this one and use this one to film in a bit more, so you'll probably see me creating this one. So let's just quickly look at this instructions. I've got this, and what I'm going to do is thread one end of the strap through front slits of the Bible. So I'm going to put the nice side up, the outside of it. I'm going to put it in here, and then back through the other loop there is. It's a bit fiddly, but I think it's kind of nice. You can set this up however you want. Okay, so now I've got step one done. It says knot the strap on the front end. So I'm not knotting this, I'm just knotting this thing here. So I need a little bit more. I'm just gonna go all the way to the end here with mine, and then wrap it around my finger and push it back through. So once I have that like I want it, I'm going to give it a little tug, and then I can pull this back so that it's nice in there, and pull it back out. So then I've got it nice like that, and that is it. Now all I do is I just take this extra and loop it around. And that's how you close this Bible. So some say that you can get it about 3 times around. I don't think that's true, as I've just shown. And so I'm just going to tuck it right under like that, and that's it. It's all nice and secure and very, very beautiful. So this is another one of those Bibles, and I just wanted to show you this one real quick in the midst of showing you a bit of a mini tour through all of these ESV Journaling Bibles. They are so beautiful. The last thing to show you is the Interleaved Journaling Bible, which is the newer of these, and I have to say this thing is huge. I just did not expect, I expected it to be very thick because it's got a leaf between each text, but this is massive. So let me show you in comparison to this small Bible here. Let me show you the size difference. It really is quite different, and you can definitely feel that when you're carrying it around. So I think this is really great for on the go and just taking anywhere with you. This is definitely something you want at home, but it is really, really fun and a beautiful Bible. So this comes in a few different covers. I asked the publisher if they could send me this one to show you, and so I'm really pleased to be able to show it to you because I know I've had lots of questions about it and I wanted to be able to show it to you, and they were pleased to be able to do that so you can have a look at it. So this here is the cover that I like the most personally. This is a cloth cover, and when you open this, it just has a blank page here, and this is how it is throughout the whole Bible. So this is your blank page, this is your printed page, this is your blank page, this is your printed page, and it just goes on and on and on like that throughout the Bible. So this is something that's modeled after a revivalist way, way back, and he had a Bible like this and used it for his sermon notes. And I have in my guide more information about the inspiration for this Bible, and it is really interesting, and so you can have a look at that in my guide, which of course is linked below. So this is a really beautiful Bible, and this is also just another journaling Bible, so it has the same sort of things that you would expect in the front and in the back. This is brand new, so I'm kind of peeling the pages apart. And this is the books in the alphabetical order and table of contents. And in the back, now people have asked me about this and said that they like this idea of not covering the text, and it is good, but interestingly enough, what happens with this is that people who experience that blank page or white canvas syndrome, as they sometimes call it, where you've got a blank page and you don't know where to start and what to do. This is something that I was surprised by, is that because I'm just doing something in the margin of this Bible, I can just do something small and it's perfectly acceptable. But when you get into doing this, it does actually feel like you've got a little bit of a blank canvas to work on. And if that kind of frightens you a little bit, you may find this overwhelming, but actually it is a really beautiful Bible, and it means that you don't have to cover the text, and you can properly journal your notes, your sermon notes, your creative process can be here. And if you put page prep on like I show you and then go to the other side, you can do the same thing on both sides. So that is really fabulous. So these are all of the journaling Bible options at the moment, and there are certainly a number of different ones in terms of covers as well. So don't think this is the only options, but this gives you a really good look at the different types. So I hope that helps, and thanks for joining me. Please do hit that like button if it's helped you out, and so that other people know to have a look at this. And be sure and comment below what your favorite journaling Bible is. I would love to hear, and I know other people would enjoy hearing your experience and what you think of these Bibles. I will talk to you soon.